Welcome back to Primetime Local News, and welcome back to Sports Talk with Josh and Buck. You were off last week. Busy week for you, and a busy weekend, as it turns out, in the sports world here, with spring camp being the main focus for a lot of people in town.
Yeah,
for the Bobcats.
And this is we talked before about Nigel Dubé putting his signature on this team. Now, this is where he puts his signature on the team at a very successful spring camp. The numbers were a bit less than they've had in the past, but I think the quality was better. A lot of times when a lot of these AJHL and junior A teams in old have a spring camp, you know, sometimes these teams have 150 kids out to a camp. How do you evaluate 150 kids? So the number was a little bit less, and I think it gave chance for Nigel to introduce these players' families to the Bobcats organization and to the city of Lloyd, because they did a lot of things away from the rink too. So.
Absolutely, a tour of Lakeland College, amongst other things, kind of some team bonding stuff. Really talking about the importance of being involved in the community, which is something that Coach Dubé has really focused on, obviously, since he came in this past fall. And as you said, not only was it probably a slightly more skilled group than some of the camps of the last couple of years, but there's also local flavors. The two guys who signed their letter of intent, they looked good amongst all those other athletes.
Yeah, Bygrove and Leslie look very good. You know, they're going to be a big piece of the puzzle going forward. Another big announcement by the Bobcats, and unveiling a multi-training facility that's going to be state-of-the-art for the Bobcats. It's going to have a training facility for the players. There's going to be a film room. There's going to be a players' lounge. The offices for the Bobcats will be there too. So a great facility, and they're hoping this will take them to that next level.
Absolutely, and obviously they've had some great training in the past, but as you said, kind of allocating all the resources into one place makes a lot of the logistics of running a team much simpler, and is, as you said, a great recruiting tool. Staying in the world of hockey, we might as well just talk a little bit about the AJ final, the AJHL final between the Brooks Bandits, who have had a historic junior hockey season, as well as the Spruce Grove Saints, who have surprised a lot of people in their journey back. Obviously, TJ Lloyd, a big part of their success. But the Bandits off to a 2-0 start and looking dominant, even though the games have been very close.
Yeah, 1-goal game in the first one, a double overtime win in the second one. Now they go to Spruce Grove for the next two. And then a lot of people didn't think that Spruce Grove would even beat Sherwood Park, and they did. And so everybody's basically betting Brooks will take out Spruce Grove, but you never know. Spruce Grove wasn't supposed to beat Sherwood Park, and they did, so you never know against Brooks. Brooks is a good team, hosting the RBC, so anything short of winning the national championship would be a disappointment.
Again, to add to that, a lot of people didn't pick them to beat the Bonneville Pontiacs, who had the best regular season in their history. So great goaltending and great team system, or sticking to your team system, I think, makes a big difference. A less positive story in the world of hockey, very quickly, the Allen Cup in a little bit of danger.
Lacombe wins it on the weekend against Innisfail at home, hosting the Allen Cup, and a lot of talk that the way that we look at the Allen Cup now, and of course Lloydminster hosted 3 of them, Lloydminster's won 2 of them, the tournament format for the Allen Cup looks like it's done. This could be the last year, so it's going to be more of a play down where you'll have basically a Western representative playing against an Eastern representative playing in a play down series. So that tournament format, which was highly successful here in Lloydminster over the last number of years, not as successful, that is, but at the same time, the teams competing in it. Back in the day, in the early 2000s when the Border Kings were competing, there were one of 50 teams competing.
Wow.
Now they're down to less than 15.
That is unfortunate for anyone who looks forward to that event every year. That's unfortunate transition, but as is the way of many other older sports leagues and hockey leagues in the country. We'll have more, and is particularly on the pro side of things, in the next hour. But first, a little more on Primetime Local News.